The Codex of Uncertainty Transposed. Part 32. Spain. The Trajectory of Life. Transposing Emblem by Cristina Cajoto. As puzzling as it may sound, I have needed years to realize that uncertainty governs our lives. This was a shocking discovery at first. I felt confused and eventually apathetic. Why bother to strive if the future was not in my hands? Luckily, that defeatist attitude did not last long, and it eventually occurred to me that we do have control over our lives, as we govern our reaction towards whatever fate decides to bring upon us. As a kid, I took everything for granted. My family, my friends, my house. It was all I ever knew, and I thought it would stay unchanged until I grew up and replaced those things with my own family, friends, house. That is how it was meant to be. The first sign that things could get off track was the divorce of my friend's parents. All the changes in her life, which I had not contemplated before, made me understand that things could indeed go unexpectedly. A few years later, another friend's dad lost his job. For some time she had very little or no pocket money. A third friend's grandma, a second mom, passed away at a quite young age. The family was devastated. By adolescence, I understood that things can go awry. Sometimes I had to avoid this thought, as I was a bit overwhelmed by the fact that my life could be stricken by such dramatic changes as the ones I had witnessed among my friends. Little did I know at that young age, I would only comprehend the full meaning of uncertainty when I became a mum. When another person's life completely depends on you, uncertainty attains a whole new dimension. What if my child is not healthy? What if I cannot provide for him or her? What if I become sick or even die? What if some other tragedy affects us? What if my child is not a happy one? What if he or she is not a good student? What if I do not have the time as a working mom to properly raise him or her? What if my kids do not get along? What if my kid does not become a successful adult? All those what-ifs started haunting me. I consider myself a fighter, and I soon decided that I would try and truly live the unique experience that is motherhood, and life in general, instead of just passing through it haunted by my fears. The question was how to do it. Luckily, life, destiny, fate, uncertainty, or whatever it is called, put in my path some inspiring people that had gracefully made their way through the most difficult situations to prove that we do have some control over our happiness. I wonder if we are actually always surrounded by inspiring people, but are unable to realize the model they are. A friend that I have known for quite a few years once gave me an important life lesson. I already knew she was bright and had a special ability to make everyone feel content, both in her personal and professional sphere. However, the way she managed to redo her life in a foreign country, hundreds of miles away from home, family, friends, house, job, community, due to an unfortunate legal situation, simply amazed me. In just a few months, she had found a new job where she soon became a valued member and had built up a new support system. When we lost a friend in his 30s due to an accident a few years ago, the way his mother overcame this loss and the passing away of her husband just a year later was truly inspiring. She chose to be thankful for having had them in her life instead of lamenting having lost them. I believe this attitude was a determining factor in her speedy recovery from grief. The serious disease that my husband's cousin's kid suffered, fortunately, he has now recovered, was also a milestone in this learning curve. The parents, who up until then seemed to me regular parents, with their strengths and weaknesses, showed an indefatigable, fierce attitude during the long stay at hospital and in making sure that their other child back home would not suffer any major changes in her life. I now believe that your attitude is the key. Obviously, when such an earthquake shakes your whole world, your first reaction is to give in to desperation, as it is common to have ups and downs along the way. But it becomes essential to work towards a generally positive attitude. In my opinion, positivity is a sign of a healthy mind. And a healthy mind, the same as a healthy body, is something that needs to be constantly nurtured. I will use the Roman saying mens sana in corpore sano to introduce the first method for a healthy mind, taking care of your body. Healthy eating, exercising and sleeping well are known to contribute to a healthy body, but they also contribute to a healthy mind, as body and mind, some call it soul, are nothing but two aspects of the same reality. Secondly, I think it is vital to build a strong support system. I give my friend before credit for the expression support system. If you have truly dear family and friends in your life, they will be there for you in bad times. They will probably help physically, For example, if they are geographically close, but will definitely help psychologically, by listening, comforting, advising. However, in order to receive this kind of support in bad times, make sure to cultivate your personal relationships in good times. Finally, look for the beauty in life. Try to find those little things that will make you happy even if it is just for a minute. That can help you escape the sorrow and pain you may be immersed in. It may be taking a walk by the sea or watching a film in your favorite genre or cooking and eating a nice meal or reading a good book. These are my choices, but the possibilities are endless. Just make sure you pick your choice beforehand, so that you know what resource to use when you need it most. Age brings awareness of reality, thus crushing the innocence of the early years. However, for those who choose to reflect on the topic, it also provides a deeper understanding of life. Life is uncertain, random, fragile. Once this is understood and accepted, it only makes sense to live it on a daily basis and with a positive attitude, whatever shade it acquires.